Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Rosalio Turbiartes here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into Season 6, Episode 1 from the My Hero Academia anime. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. Season 6 of My Hero Academia starts with a bang, as we enter the story right where it left from Season 5. Unusual, as the first episode of the new season is usually a filler episode, but it isn't an unwelcome change of pace. This first episode, titled A Quiet Beginning, covers chapters 258, 259, and 260 from the manga, and sets the building blocks for what will develop into the all-out war arc later on. Although a common misconception amongst the MHA community, the arc that will be covered by Season 6 is not called the Paranormal Liberation arc, but is actually called the All-Out War arc, as per various official Japanese sources and guides. We start the season with the newly merged League of Villains and Meta Liberation Army forming together to become the Paranormal Liberation Front under the leadership of Tomura Shigaraki. This moment sets in stone the tone of the rest of the season, setting up higher stakes as our main antagonist becomes much more powerful in terms of his quirk evolution. And in terms of his rank in organized crime, Shigaraki's army is estimated to be in the 100,000s, which is leagues above his original ensemble of petty criminals during the USJ arc. We then switch focus to the number 2 hero, Hogs, a double agent for the Heroes gathering intel from the Paranormal Liberation Front. We see how he gained the trust of various villains, with Twice being especially trustful of the Winged Hero, willingly leaking valuable and confidential information for the undercover agent. There are also small hints dropped during this scene that show how much of a threat Twice is to the heroes, which will determine his fate later in the season. We also learn about how the Paranormal Liberation Front is organized. There are various teams with designated leaders, which will set up future tournament-style battles we will see later on. Overall, the PLA's plan is to attack every Japanese city simultaneously in order to minimize the chances of a counterattack from heroes. From there, Trumpet and Redestro would spread their ideology and support items to the masses, and urge them to revolt against hero society and use their quirks as they freely wish to. This will create a society where civilians can use their quirks freely and there will be no need for heroes. Ironically, the heroes plan to use this very same strategy to take down the PLA. They plan to attack two main sites: Jaku Hospital, which is suspected to contain Dr. Garaki, also known as Dr. Ujiko, right-hand man to All for One and the creator of Nomas, and Gunga Mountain Villa, which is the PLA's hideout, in order to take down the entire army at once. We also find out that Dr. Garaki owns various orphanages, nurseries, and care homes, which shows just how sick and twisted his quirk research is. This also plays a part in the prevalent theory in the community that Dr. Garaki stole Izuki Midoriya's quirk when he got assessed at a young age. This fact also comes into play later on when a certain character's backstory is delved into. I also want to take a quick mention that Garaki canonically experimented on his own grandson, as seen with the winged Nomu having the same draconic wings as Midoriya's childhood bully. Alongside this, there's also Horikoshi's author's note that the kid was Garaki's grandson. This just proves how evil this group goes and how they need to be taken down by the heroes. Hogs was an essential key to this plan, as his intel was the sole reason that the heroes were able to develop their strategy. But first, let's go back to Season 5. We find out that Kurogiri is actually a high-end Nomu created from the corpse of Aizawa and President Mike's childhood best friend. They were able to get through their friend and were able to get a hint about All for One. The word hospital, back to Season 6, the winged hero was able to use Twice information in combination with the word hospital to pinpoint where exactly Shigaraki was located, at Jaku Hospital. The number 2 hero also knew that all the PLA members were separated, except for one specific day. Twice revealed that they'd all be gathered for a meeting, which is why the heroes plan to ambush them on that day so they can all be eliminated at once. The 2 teams and locations for this ambush will be the basis for the rest of the war, as both sites will be primary setting for the rest of the season, as we switch between the various battles of the heroes, students, and villains are fighting. From the planning stage, we move on to the execution, as we see who and where each hero and student is stationed in their respective ambush. Although the majority of the Hero Corps students are kept in the back of the group in hopes of not having to get them involved, there's still a good handful of students taking part of the evacuation efforts and 4 in the front of the ambush. This plan brings into the question in the ethics of using child soldiers during the war, which sparked a lot of debate in the manga community, and is still an ongoing question as the war continues to be fought. As the heroes gather at their respective locations, the streets of Japan are eerily empty of patrolling heroes. We then see how the hero Slide and Go is finally caught for being a traitor from the PLA, which we already knew from Season 5. We also get an anime original scene within this episode where we see Natsuo and Fuyumi Todoroki talking about how Endeavor won't be able to contact them for a while due to work. We then see how they speculate that something big is about to happen and they hope nothing bad will happen to him. Like during his fight with Haie and Nomu, this moment is a reminder of how Endeavor's development is affecting his family. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. With the services Skillshare provides, you can get access to many depth tutorials on basically anything you want to learn. Each class they have is bound to help you with your creative endeavors. Do you want to learn how to make videos like this one? Do you want to learn how to write scripts or edit audios? Skillshare has got you covered, and with our link you can have a 14 free day trial. So what are you waiting for? Click the link now and get 14 days worth of classes free. Link in the description below. Back to the ambush. Endeavor's team at Jaku Hospital moves first, evacuating everyone inside the building as they hunt down Garaki. Meanwhile, Etchach's team is moving towards the Gunga mountain village, but they don't get any time to shine just yet. This episode is about the hospital ambush. As the heroes find Dr. Garaki, it is revealed that he is not actually quirkless, but he has a quirk that prolongs his lifespan. This also insinuates that he is also the sole reason that All For One has not yet died from old age. As the heroes subdue and interrogate the doctor, the unexpected happens. Hordes of Namu emerge and begin attacking the heroes, and in the process they also attack the doctor. This reveals that it wasn't the real Dr. Garaki, but a clone made by twice his quirk, demonstrating how much of a threat the double quirk is to the heroes. As the Nomus attack the heroes, Mirko finds a secret laboratory where the doctor does all of his quirk research and Nomu development. The scenes where Mirko takes down various Nomus in the hallway is a testament to her extreme speed and power, and it also demonstrates how well the animation team improved since Season 5. As Mirko makes her way to the lab, the real Dr. Garaki is cultivating Shigaraki's transformation as he transplanted various quirks, including All For One, in Tomura's body. The episode ends as the doctor attempts to escape and Mirko would burst through the wall, killing poor little Johnny the Nomu. Hashtag justice for Johnny. Within this episode, we see a lot of things being set into place, leading to the chaos that is the Paranormal Liberation War. We see a large cast of heroes, students, and villains within this episode, and we get an idea of what each character is doing, and what they will be doing later on. Although the large cast has always been the series' assets, it may also be a detriment, as there are various times when it may feel overwhelming attempting to remember where each character is, especially later on when things become more chaotic. Bits of foreshadowing are sparkled into this episode, even within the opening and closing themes, sparking much discussion online determining whether or not this series is borderline spoiling their audience. Now, the animation. The animation is a huge step from Season 5, as the quality is consistent and smooth throughout the entire episode. After many viewers criticize Season 5, Studio Bones have obviously taken the criticism to heart and stepped up their game, which makes many excited for the action scenes that lay ahead. Following the steps of Season 5, Season 6 is continuing the darker and more serious tone than the previous seasons, which will be the tone for the rest of the show's seasons. Overall, this episode was executed very well with consistent pacing and smooth animation. There was a bit of humor, action, suspense, and darkness that was integrated together to create an entertaining episode for both anime-only and manga readers. If the quality continues, then Season 6 is sure to be an amazing watch. In the comments, let us know what you're looking forward to the most in the upcoming season. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all of this information. Thus far, I really hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few things I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials My Hero Academia and Naruto What channels retell their story of a basic anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join our team. The only caveat being that we only accept members from 16 and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking forward for new members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video. So thank you for watching and have a great day.